talking about how to make your own XPath. So till now, what we have done is we have taken the XPaths which were there from Firebug, right? But the problem is that if you rely on the XPaths which are coming from Firebug, okay. For example, I go to the website n.rediff.com. Okay. On this website, if I look at the XPaths which are coming from Firebug, then the XPaths are based on the attribute ID. Right. So the XPaths are based on the ID attribute, and we sometimes need to make an XPath based on some other attribute. What I mean to say is that suppose I am on gmail.com. Taking a very, very simple and clear example, right? What is the XPath of this field? The XPath of this field is this is the XPath. Right. I'll open a notepad and I will paste the XPath here. Okay. Now this XPath is coming from Firebug and it is based on ID. If I observe carefully, then there are other attributes as well. Okay. I can make an XPath based on the name as well. The name is email. So I can make an XPath like that. That is, it is an input. Instead of a star, I can write input @name equals to email. I can make my own XPath like this as well. Then you can have another XPath, say on basis of both the things. That is, this XPath is also valid. That @ID is email and @name is also email. So the AND attribute can be used. The AND attribute can be used to concatenate two properties. Okay, so the ID and name both are valid. Again, the type is email for this. So I can include type as well. I can write and the type attribute is equal to email as well. Like this. Fine. Now, at times you might require to make your own XPath. For example, if I go to Facebook, if I go to the website facebook.com and in the facebook.com website, this is the login button. Fine. If I look at the XPath of the login button, then this is the XPath of login button. Okay. This is the XPath. Now, if I close my browser and open a new browser, and again I move to facebook.com and I look at the XPath of the login button, then this is the XPath. Now, if you observe carefully, then the XPath has changed. The ID of this element is changing every time you land on facebook.com page. The ID of this element is changing every time. Now, there are various ways to handle this kind of scenario. Okay, you can actually use some JavaScript functions for dynamically changing IDs, right? I'll talk about that in some time. Or what you can do is you can make an XPath on some other parameter. You can say that the value attribute is equal to this, right? For this element, the value is this. So you can make an XPath that /star @value equals to login. So this can be a valid XPath. Using this XPath for clicking on the login button, now you can use this XPath. You can try using it. It will definitely work. You can try using any of these XPaths. They will definitely work. Fine. Now, if you actually sometimes, like if you go to the login page of my site, that is qtpselenium.com/login. If you try to log in into my site, if you look at the XPath of this email field, What Firebug will give you is that it will give you the complete XPath, the absolute XPath. This is because there is no ID on this page. But the name of this field is email. So instead of using this big XPath, you can use the XPath like this. That is slash slash star whose @name equals to email or slash slash input. So this XPath will be valid for this field. So scenarios like these, okay, scenarios like these will help you out. Right? Now one more example. For example, I go to this page Gmail. If I look at the okay, the class of this button is G button submit. Okay, now if I go here and if in my I'll make the class, I'll rename the class Gmail underscore button. I'm recording this separately. Hold on. And if I write web driver equals to new Firefox driver. Okay. And I write if you hit Control Shift O of your keyboard, then automatically all the imports they come up. Okay, if I delete my imports and I hit Control Shift O, automatically all the imports will come up. Fine, this is the shortcut. Fine. So if you write driver.get and you write the URL http gmail.com and you need to click on that sign in button after going to Gmail. Okay. If I take the class of this button and I write driver dot find element by the class name and I give the class name this dot click. And if I run this code, you'll observe that, hold on, let me run this. You'll observe that hold on. Yeah, it opens up, it's running the program, and in the end, you actually get an error. The error is illegal locator exception. What do you mean by locator? Locator is like the various locating strategies like XPath or ID name, illegal locator exception. The error says that compound class names are not supported. What do you mean by compound class names? The class name which has a space in it is a compound class. That means there are basically two classes, two CSS classes defining the look and feel of this button. The class attribute is actually responsible for defining the look and feel of an element. And out here with this button, two classes are associated with a space in between. Okay, so that's why you get an error. You get an error saying that the compound class names are not supported. So what if I want to actually recognize this button on the basis of class? Suppose there was no ID for this button. Suppose there was no name for this button. There was only class. Right. What I can do is I can use XPath over here. I can comment this line and I can write driver dot find element by the XPath, and I can give in the XPath that is whose class is equal to this dot send keys, sorry, dot click. So when you write this, okay, when you write this, this will certainly be able to identify the button. If you run this now, this will work. Compound class names are supported in XPath. Okay, if you run this now, this will click on the button. See that it goes to Gmail and oops, I get an error. Invalid selector exception. Oh, I need to close the bracket. Make sure when you're making your own XPath, you tend to do mistake. Make sure you close this colon, you close the bracket and all everything, give colon, give equals to sign everything. You have to be very particular. Fine. So you see that it clicked on it. I get the error message. Fine. Now one more example. For example, there's a link. Okay. There's a link on quicker.com. Taking quicker.com again. Fine. And what is the X path for this link, cameras and accessories? This is the X path. Right? This is the X path. What can be the other X path for this link? It can be /a, and if you look at it, the class of this link is cat link style. But you have to be very careful. Okay? Generally, the elements which are of the same type, which have the same look and feel, have the same class. Always remember, if there are 10 buy now buttons on a page, fine, and the look and feel of all the 10 buttons is same, then they will have the same class. Because all these links have the same look and feel, the class for all the links is cat link style. So you cannot make an XPath based on the class for clicking on camera accessories. But the href attribute in a link, okay, it points towards the URL which will open when you click on the link. So you can use the href attribute. You can write //a, that means an anchor tag, with href attribute equals to this. Fine? Okay, now the question arises that what if two links are there having the same href attribute? Okay, what if two links that point towards the same URL? Okay, which link will Selenium click on? That's also one of the questions. Fine. If you look at the documentation of Selenium, if you go here and just type Selenium download and just go to seleniuminstitute.org and go into the Java docs over here. Fine. If you go into the Java docs, you will observe that in the web element interface, hold on. Yeah. Web element interface out here, the function definition find element says that it finds the first web element using the given method. So if two objects are of the same href attribute, then the first one will be clicked on. What do you mean by the first one? The objects, they are extracted from the top left to the bottom right of the page. Okay, the page is scanned this. So if there are one object over here and one object over here, this will pick up this object, the first occurrence. Okay. I'll discuss this thing, the extraction part, in the coming module as well. But driver.findElement will find the first occurrence. Now, if you observe another thing, that is, every time we have to go into the documentation of WebDriver. Okay, we can also import the WebDriver documentation into Eclipse. You can just right click on this Java doc link, select the option copy link location, right click, select the option copy link location, go to Eclipse, go to your project, right click on it, go to the properties, right, under Java build path in library section, you will have the Selenium jar file included. This jar file, this one, Selenium Java, the version of selenium.jar. If you expand this and click on Java doc location, you will see the Java doc location, edit it and paste the link, okay, which you copied, and remove index.html from it. Remove the last part, index.html from it, click on OK, and now when you move your mouse over any, say I move a mouse over WebDriver, I get the documentation of the WebDriver interface. If I write driver dot, I get all the functions. Fine. Each of the functions will come up with its documentation. So this is also quite important. Alright. So this is how you make your own XPaths. Fine. In case of a link, I can make another XPath having the link, having the text of the link. Okay. I can write like this: a/a and text bracket uh, equals to, okay, you can take the text of the link. You can specify the text of the link as well in the XPath. Let's try this out. Okay, I'll copy this and I will go to my Eclipse, make a class called quicker link and just write in this WebDriver driver equals to Firefox driver, Control Shift O, driver dot get. You see now you're getting the documentation as well, right? Driver dot get http quicker.com and driver dot find element by the XPath dot click. Fine. And XPath, I will give this XPath having the link text. Okay. And now when you run this, this will click on the link, camera accessories. The first occurrence of that link with this text. You can also use by.link text. Okay, it's completely up to you. If you use this, then you see that it clicked on camera accessories and you are on the camera accessories page. So you can click on a link using the link text in the XPath as well. Otherwise, there is another option called as by the link text and partial link text. You can use link text or the partial link text. It's completely up to you. Okay, instead of XPath. Right?